happened was I walked to the Galleria, and I just was amazed because, like, you know, in my mind, I just really thought this was cowboys and Indians, and I just was like, I'm gonna fuck this city up. I knew coming off the plane that Houston was going to be something that was going to
grow you as a person.
Now I've left numerous times.
Really? Where'd you go?
Okay, I went back to Florida, Louisiana, Oakland, California, LA, Atlanta.
You went to all the most ratchetest places.
Of course, I'm a ratchet.
Are you?
I am.
For sure. What's the definition of ratchet?
Hood.
I got you. I got you.
Hood.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it. Yeah. You know, people, like, listen, like, I don't care. Whatever I look like, green eyes, whatever. No human being can tell me how God is supposed to make me. My mother used to tell me all the time, why you want to talk ghetto? And who says I talk ghetto?
Yeah.
Who says that? You know, I'm going to be me. I like me. I think I'm pretty fly. You know what I'm saying? So, you call me ratchet. You call me whatever you want. I'm fearless, my G. You know what I'm saying? And I own who I am. I embrace who I am. I don't care what you say. You be you.
Yeah.
Don't influence your shit on me.
For sure.
So, if you call it ratchet, if you say I cuss too much, because I say fuck a lot. Yeah. It's a form of expression, like Bernie Mac said. And no human being writing in a dictionary saying, well, this is a bad word or something you shouldn't say, can make me feel like it's a bad thing. Yeah. I work for myself. I make my own paper. So I can talk how I want, when I want, whatever. It ain't going to stop me. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm just going to stay true to who I am.
That what's up, man. You can never go wrong with that. Hell yeah. When you moved to Houston, what neighborhood did you move to?
River Oaks.
You said, so you did say River Oaks.
Yeah, I came and
So you was really a River Oaks, like you living in River Oaks?
I lived in River Oaks. My daddy was rocking with, my daddy was a fly cat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What was he doing?
My daddy, listen, my daddy is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. My daddy is a genius. He has this thing with numbers. Like, my daddy robs banks, and then he goes work for Chase Bank and be the vice president of where they send him to Canada, and it's just the weirdest thing ever. But it's crazy because that's what he instilled in me. My mother too, though. Don't get it twisted. My mother too. But my father is a genius. Like, he knows numbers. My father can take anybody's business and make your company millions of dollars.
Oh, what's up?
He just has a drug problem.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Drugs are a motherfucker.
He owns it.
Alright, so coming in as a River Oaks baby, River Oaks kid.
I mean, that lasted a few months.
Okay, so I'm trying to get your timeline into your progression as a Houstonian.
Okay, I'll give it to you real quick.
So you started in River Oaks?
I started in River Oaks.
Yeah.
I started in River Oaks. My daddy was rocking with this lady, real smart lady. My daddy always had a fly chick, independent woman. Right. And so, you know, she held him down. He had a drug problem. He used to whoop on her a lot. And immediately when I got off the plane, he whooped her that night. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Here we go again. And, you know, and then that just transpired. I was pregnant, I think, within 3 months of me being here.
First child?
First child.
At what, 14 or 15?
14 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so when they separated, I left with her. I didn't rock with my dad. You know what I'm saying? I rocked with the lady because, of course, she was more of a stability. And I felt like, you know, of course it's my daddy, but I ain't finna sit up here and condone this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You can relate more to a woman as well.
I mean, I relate to more, but so to be honest with you, I ended up on Cross Timbers by Northline Mall in a hotel.
Really, at 14? Wow, crazy. By yourself?
I mean, yeah, I had help.
Yeah.
I had help. She held me down for a little minute, but I just used my feminine skills. I got a boyfriend. He took care of me while I was pregnant from a fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? After I had the baby, we can go into that. That's the gangster shit that happened.
So you never kept in touch with the father from the first baby? Mm-hmm. Because
that's my only child.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you say he was a fuck nigga.
He was a fuck nigga. Yeah. But his family had money.
Oh, okay.
They didn't help me neither, but his family had money.
He was older?
So, no, he was my age. He played like he was older. He played like he was older, but he was 17, I was 14, 15. By the time I had the baby, I was 15 years old.
And he was 17?
Yeah. So, but when I met him, you know, he was a fly cat. I think older women was taking care of him. So he, you know, I thought he was the nigga, and he took care of me with other women's finances for a couple, you know, but he was just as crazy as me. So I got pregnant, and then I didn't want nothing to do with him. And then I like met another guy, and he took care of me my whole time I was pregnant. And then I had the baby. I had postpartum, and my daughter's father, his mother took my child.
Nice. Yeah. So postpartum just comes from when you had the baby. It was just a feeling. You've been through so much.
Yeah, and you know, you have to think about it when your mother treats you a certain type of way, or you don't feel loved by your mother. How do you be a mother?
Yes, it's hard. Mm-hmm. But you learn.
Eventually I did. My daughter was over there with her grandmother for a long time.
What's the number one rule to being a mother?
Provide.
Yeah.
Teach her to be a woman.
For sure.
I did good though. When I did get my faculties together, and when I did, I raised my daughter very well. My daughter's 20. She's a teacher. My daughter has been with the same guy since she was in the 8th grade. They're getting married next year. She's a beautiful girl. I did not allow her into any of this street shit. She's scared shitless of me without me beating her up.
You know, most of the time when people have parents who really be in the street, and they see how it is, them be the ones that don't even want no parts of it.
Right, and that's what she told me. My daughter told me that.
Yeah. And it be the ones who be having the red carpet rolled out and the silver spoon scooped up.
That want to be the thugs.
Yeah, that shit crazy. That shit crazy.
So yeah, from that point on, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna show you how I really got into Houston culture.
And that's where my next question comes in.
Okay.
So remember earlier when I was like social media influencer, club promoter, well, what title is it that you personally feel like you fit the most?
Damn, that's ill. I don't have no title.
Based upon how Houston sees you and knows you. Because I see
right. You know what? A lot of niggas don't give me the recognition of being a promoter. Let's get real. You know what I'm saying?
That's my main thing. I feel like you're a club promoter.
And I am.
Okay.
That's my bread and butter.
Okay.
That's what pays my bills.
Yeah.
I lived off of social media for 3 years. And not being a social media girl, not being no disrespect.
Right.
But I didn't do the book me, and that wasn't me.
No OnlyFans and all that.
I just was a promoter, and I learned how to use social media to get to people that I might have known.
Yeah. To
be able to produce in the club business that gave the people in position of power to really know how powerful I was.
So what led you into doing that?
Oh yeah, let's get into some gangster shit. Okay. Listen, so what happened was when I had my child, like I said, I went through postpartum. My daughter's father was heavily, his family, not him, was heavily helping me. And so what happened was I'll never forget, I was just a fly chick, so dope, did all types of shit by being over there on North Line or Crust Timbers. Everybody know that hotel. I'm that girl. Like, so what happened was I saved up
Ice Cream Castle.
Yes, very much by Ice Cream Castle.
That's the first strip club I ever DJ'd in.
Yeah, you DJ'd at Ice Cream?
Yeah, you remember a cat named Spider?
Of course.
Yeah.
With the ponytail?
Yep.
Red Baby Daddy.
Red Baby, yeah.
Listen, Spider was my first DJ when I was a stripper. We get into that too. Hold on. He was, RP Cola and Spider was the first person that rocked with me as far as in that world. But, the promoter world, let me give it to y'all on this. I was 16 years old, y'all, and I had saved up money just being a hustler on some street shit. A real live dope chick. And I ended up looking in the green sheet. Back in the day, we had green sheets. We didn't have internet. And they still have that?
Yep.
Okay. And so what happened was I was like, I can't get into an apartment being this young. So I had the fiends, you know, get me rental cars. And I was like, okay, if I find an individual owner and I come with like 3 to 6 months up front and tell them just genuinely who I am, and I don't have nobody, I don't have no parents, I don't have nothing that's here with me, just, hey, like, what can I do? And so I went, and this Chinese lady, I'll never forget, 3085 Walnut Bend Lane. And I called her, and she told me to come meet her. It was 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and I gave her 6 months up front, and she let me move in.
6 months up front.
And that's how I was living better than a lot of grown-ass motherfucking women around this bitch. And that's why people didn't know how young I was.
So were you already doing club promotions?
No, this is how I got into club promotions.
So this was from dancing money?
No, this was from dope money.
Dope money, okay.
I was in the hotel on across the street from North Line on the cross timbers.
Right.
And I was...
I got you. So, yeah. Okay, so you get into the apartment. Right,
I get into the apartment. And like I said, I had the rental car, so furnished that bitch out, Renaissance, of course, what everybody says. And so I was driving up Richmond one day, and I needed a job. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't hustling like that before. I had fell into depression and stuff, and so I was just passing by. And I'll never forget, I had a Lexus, an ES300. I think my dad had helped me because he had found another girl or something like that, and he put down a down payment. So I'll never forget, I went to this club called Cloud 9. On Richmond. And what happened was I went to the club, and I went inside, and I was like, hey, and it was like, yeah, we hiring for waitresses. And I was like, okay, cool. And there was 2 owners. It was a tall guy who played basketball overseas. I don't remember his name, but he was married to some rich lady, so she put up the money for him. And there was a cat from Atlanta. His name was Thomas Dickinson. They hired the 2 top cats in Houston, John Aaron, who was from Atlanta. He was a big time manager. He had been in the business forever. And a guy named Joe Rubin, rest in heaven. Wham, bow-legged Wham was security. I think Shabazz was there, and Ed Mishaw and Del Deso were the promoters. So what happened was they hired about 25 girls, and they told me, I'll never forget, the owner was like, you cute, you want to be my girlfriend or you want to be a waitress? And I say, I'm going to be a waitress, I don't want to be your fucking girlfriend. Nigga, fuck out of here. You pounce me down my cool poom poom. So anyway, so I had said waitress, and he was like, alright, cool. So he was like, you start tomorrow. So I was like, alright, cool. He said, we're all black. And I was just a real fly type chick, you know what I'm saying? So I wore heels. I was shapely at a young age, you know what I'm saying? And so I came up in there. They hired my homegirl too. And so we came up in there, and it was 25 girls. By the end of that night, you guys, it was 3 of us left. Everybody's quit because I've never seen this. Was boom. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know nothing. This club was just jam packed. Opening night, I had no idea. So it literally went from Tuesday or Monday, and I was hired. Tuesday, I went home with $700-800.
You doing a waitress?
Being a waitress. Yeah. Okay? So, like I said, 3 of us out of 25 girls lasted to the end of the night. Everybody kept falling off like flies, flying off like flies, flying off like flies. And that's what got me into that business, because that is what gave me the access to the athletes back then. Steve Francis, Moochie Norris, all the Houston Rockets was on fire back then. Wow. That was when Cash Money was the shit. That's when Ja Rule was the shit. And so this was the top club in the city.
What club was this?
This called Cloud 9 on Richmond. Yeah. Okay. And so what happened was I mean, Horseman there, like I said, and Misha, Del Deso, you know, and I was really popular because I was efficient. Of course, I'm a Virgo, so I'm a perfectionist at everything I do. That ended up, I just was the shit, like, where people requested me. I had clientele, and I just worked it from there, and they ended up teaching me everything. So in the promoter world, how we got people in early was, and I'm giving a lot of game here, and I don't care, because it's time for the next generation to get this game and stop just focusing on social media. But I would go around and book parties, happy hours. I would go to the business owners and things of that sort, get their information, and I would offer them free bottles of champagne and things to come in early, so that the crowd would be there in the early time. When they saw that initiative, they would give me all the celebrity tables. That's what gave me access to the celebrities, and that's what started building my relationships over time.
For sure. So from the waitressing, you kind of learned, being at that club, you learned the keys to the game.
Yeah, and I didn't know what it was back then, because then they said